I don't wanna.
Well, fuck you, man.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
All right, everybody, welcome to.
That dirty little guitar is just so kick. It's so cool.
I was really concerned with where you were going with that because
No.
I was like, "Dirty little, what are we saying?"
No, that little like that little. It's just so.
Yeah.
It's so like I don't know.
Sometimes,
Sometimes
planets
stars align. Yeah.
Whoa!
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and.
Here we go. Prima donna Tyler Allen over there.
What? I got here like 2 hours ago. I've been totally.
No, you haven't.
I've been totally chill.
You've been totally.
I have been totally chill. I hung out with Lincoln and we kicked the ball together in the backyard. That was fun.
Yeah. Good time.
I had some pretzels with dip.
All right. So, I've had a good weekend. I went to the arts festival.
Oh, there were tickets. Somebody said they'd get me tickets, but I decided not to.
I don't know what the tickets
My
were for.
book
I
club
thought
was
it was free,
on Thursday,
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
Wow.
It's the second Thursday every month. I was so looking forward to talking about that book, too.
Darn. Speaking of books, I went to the library and got a book that we've been wanting to talk about. So, and not this week, but next week, we're going to be talking about Superman Space Age.
Yeah!
Wow. It's a three.
That's not technically singing.
So it's fun story about this whole thing is we were originally going to review Batman Dark Age, which is by the same creative team. So it's written by Mark Russell and the art by Michael Allred.
And Laura Allred.
Yeah, and then
she's the colorist.
So then we also find out, like, because you told me, you're like, oh, there's another one that he did before this that was Superman Space Age, and then luck would have it, we found.
Because I was looking up online about the Dark Age book because I was trying to figure out like what is this? Is this an Elseworlds? Is this a whatever? And I read that one of the big things about it is that the couple things that I gleaned was that it was a companion book of sorts or a spiritual successor of sorts to Superman Space Age. And I knew about that, or I don't know if I'd seen it or not, but I started looking that up and I saw that it was already done. It was a 3-issue thing. Now here's my problem right now.
What?
With Batman fucking special edition shit.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to follow a book called Last Night on Earth.
Oh yeah, the Zack Snyder. Wow, Freudian slip. The Scott Snyder book. Yeah.
Greg Capullo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen issue 3. Never. I don't even know if it's. I don't even know if it ever came out.
I've seen collected.
Oh yeah. Well,
editions.
it took about 7 years. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Is like it bugs me that I bought the first 2. I even went to extreme lengths to get the first one before I read number 2.
Yeah.
I went to the comic book and comic shop in Ames because I knew they had a copy and they were saving it for me so I could read the first 2.
But anyway. Regardless, we will.
But Batman Dark Age is a 6-issue series, and we figure we should do Superman Space Age. There's a character in Dark Age that shows up, and it's implied by the writers at the end of the issue that, oh, hey, what's he doing here?
And in Batman Dark Age, this is the first time he meets Superman, but the Superman book takes place mostly in the 80s because it's like the Cold War stuff. So this book, the Superman book,
Cold War is 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah, but Batman and it's like Watchmen. We're on the brink of apocalypse. But Batman has already been well established at this point because they kind of do the Marvel life story approach of
what they're trying to do.
And like these things happened with our world events. But anyway, regardless, we're not talking about that right now.
We're not gonna do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Gosh. We're not going
to
do it.
Shut your mouth. We're doing reviews.
So harsh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am.
We're just
I'm trying to
away.
get to the point.
I'm trying to establish a rundown.
The first minute and a half is us dinking around with the
What are you talking
theme
about?
song.
I thought we were never going to reference previous openings.
The Boys, Season 4, Episode 5. That's what we're talking about right now. And I got to say, because of the strikes, like all this content is coming out around the same time.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shows.
Yep.
It's The Boys, it's The Acolyte, it's The Bear, oh my. Like it's because the Bear just
Good one.
The Bear just dropped their whole third season. And
Why were you dropping an entire season? That bugs the shit out of me.
You know what? We haven't. Have we had that debate? Because we talked about it a little bit with Fallout and stuff. But like there is that constant debate of weekly versus dropping it all at once.
I think I prefer weekly.
For the podcast, it's easier to do weekly. You know, for us to talk about it. But I mean, I do like the thing with the binge is it does give me that chance of like, okay, if I have a free weekend.
Well, The Boys gives us like 3 in 1 week, and it's like, ugh.
You know, I have enough.
Yeah, we got time.
I have enough time to The Boys at least it's 8 episodes, and I think the Bear is 10, but it's still doable because that's beside the point.
Yeah.
So.
Acolyte is 8.
I'm first world problems here. We're
all of a sudden
we have all this content. So The Boys.
Where do we find the time between having fun and a job and shelter?
Can we just get with the thing
to watch stuff?
Review. Talk about me stalling.
The Boys season 4 episode 5. Why don't you just take? Hey, you remember what Simon Pegg does with that dude, and he just gets his heart out of his chest? Why don't you just do that to me, Eric Kripke? Why don't you just rip my heart out of my chest? In that final beautiful moment between Huey and his... And by the way, you were wrong about his mom.
I was wrong.
I kept waiting for something to happen with her.
I was thinking about that too. I was like, damn, that would have been fun.
No, it was not a bad theory.
No, but I like that.
It was a great theory.
And I'm totally fine being wrong.
Yeah. No, it was a great theory, though. I was actually... Because your theory was so sound, I was expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
But what a fucking crazy episode. The vengeful god thing, the anal beads. Ashley getting revenge.
Hold on a second.
No, we're going all in.
Well, no, because I want to get into this because it starts with them having some fun with this whole. It's the V52 conference or expo.
By the way,
so it's
spot on fucking criticism of the MCU, dude.
But and we'll get to that because I might have to pause for a second so I can pull up the list because there is a list of all the
13
of all the fake all the fake VOT movies.
It's been a year since I had a movie, so it's time for a reboot.
But I think it's funny on 2 levels, right? It's funny on 2 levels because it's mocking Marvel and Disney with the D23 Expo, but then it's also in the name making fun of DC and making fun of Batman with Tech Knight and stuff because it's the new 52. It's V52, you know, like just little things like that. And I want to pull up all the movies because what's funny.
I didn't get a chance. Yeah, I mean,
dude,
it just showed up.
The marketing team for that show is fucking insane. They're so good at their jobs because because a lot of people use discussing film as like a source for movie news. So they got discussing film to put out tweets like they would for like a Marvel project of like A-Train into the multiverse is announced, you know, like, so I got to pull it up because it's fucking awesome.
While you're pulling up, I just want to say hats off to Will Ferrell. He was great in the one episode.
A-Train? Oh my God.
He was great in the one episode, right? But the preview that they showed was so... Don't you fight me? Like, it was classic fucking Will Ferrell, and it was just the white savior.
So there's
classic.
43 VOT movies.
Okay.
That were
announced.
Because
it just showed like this giant like...
Oh my God.
Read them off. Let's hear them.
So this is phase 7.
Okay. 7 through 13 is what he said?
So phase 7, training A-Train.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so this is the A-Train origin story that we saw with Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Firecracker, Lord Soldier.
Oh, God.
Remember that? When she's fucking... What do I do, Lord?
Become a fascist. Fucking moron.
Homelander, Land of the Free, Home of the Saver.
God.
This will be the newest movie in Homelander's film series. Details on its content are slim, but it seems as patriotic as other movies. The Deep, Secrets of Atlantis. This is a sequel centered around the Deep. And, by the way, this is a Screen Rant that I'm reading this from.
Okay.
This is a sequel centered around the Deep, and while the story is still unknown, its title is a parody of Lost Kingdom. The Seven Reborn. This is the next film in the Seven franchise, and while it hasn't been revealed what it's about, it could also follow the team as they are rebuilding after Stormfront's
Which is
betrayal.
exactly the kind of shit we get from
In
DC
Dawn of the
and
Seven.
fucking Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, we're not sure what Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty...
Yeah, this is what Tech Night showed us at the expo.
Yeah.
The Tech Night. This is a sequel to another Tech Night movie, and is the first.
Was it called Tech Night?
Yeah. No, it's the Tech Night, like the Batman.
Right, the new one is the Tech Night, but
Yeah.
was the old one Tech Night?
Yeah, I think so, probably. Super School. That was the one with Ryan.
What happened to the kids from fucking Gen V? I don't remember.
We'll get there. We
Okay,
still got.
hurry up. Just kidding.
I'll just read the titles.
No,
it'll be fast.
I want to hear about all of them.
No, I'll just read the titles.
I want to hear about all of them.
Because if I read
I love you.
Stop. If I read the titles, you'll get it. Like this one: Homelander v. Soldier Boy, Annihilation.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The Deep, Lifeguard Summer. A-Train, Off the Tracks.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a sequel to Training A-Train.
What?
So, obviously.
In the same phase?
Well, then in the third movie, he does. In the next phase, it's into the multiverse. So The Seven Returns. This is a sequel to The Seven Reborn. Firecracker, Heaven's Miracle.
God.
The Tech Night, Nightlight. Then they show the teen team that was in the comics and in this show, Teenage Kicks.
Oh yeah.
Home.
Sage was on that.
Home
team.
of Kwanzaa 2.
Oh my God.
Home for Kwanzaa 2.
Oh my God.
G2 G-Men. So this is a sequel to G-Men. So there you go.
Oh.
Phase 9 is then Double Standard. Oh yeah, this is the Homelander centric movie that I think it was about like his trial or something.
Oh, okay.
Homelander, Justice Served. And that one's pretty on the nose. Black Noir, Back to Hanoi 3. The Deep, Gods and Dolphins. A-Train into the Multiverse.
Okay.
The Seven Forever. God. Firecracker, God Help Me. A Dark and Stormy Night with a K, so it's Tech Night.
Nice.
Yeah. Teenage Kicks, Ditch Day. G3, G-Men. Firecracker, A Christmas Wish. Silent Vengeance 3, Vengeance Reloaded. So I think this is a Black Noir Christmas movie.
Okay.
Let There Be Night with a K for Tech Night. The Guardians of Godolphin, Flipped. That's the one we saw in the episode.
Okay.
Teenage Kicks, Sex Ed. Speedwalkers 2, Mall Race. G-Men, Days Past from the Future. Oh my God! There's so many of these. Okay, I think we're done here. This is the last batch.
All of them?
This is the last bit.
I want to make sure we get all of them.
The Curse of Fu Manchu, a 1953 film about the soup bomb site. So there you go. Crimson. This is about Crimson Countess.
Huh.
This Means Noir. It's a 1979 film about Black Noir.
Oh my God.
Whiskey Sunrise is a 1984 film about Soldier Boy, Gunpowder, and Crimson Countess. I hate that some of these I kind of want to see. Red Thunder 2 is about Payback. Y2 Chaos, but it's Y2 Chaos.
Okay.
About Lamplighter. Queen Maeve, Her Majesty. Rising Tide, Translucent, Invisible, Force 2, Dawn of the Seven, and then G-Man World War 3. So these are the other ones that they've already had in the series. Yeah. So like this is just the level of all the VOT movies that we've heard about in this show, and just like the new ones, my God. But the episode itself there's so many interests. You're seeing a lot of the storylines kind of converge again. The fact that we're converging with the Gen V virus that we had known about. Now we're also seeing those two characters being featured with the Seven, and they're obviously being under Homelander's wing. And
can we talk about the flying sheep?
Well, yeah. So
Jesus fucking Christ.
all of that. So like we
and the chickens.
They're on the hunt to find this virus, and it turns out that Victoria was hiding it somewhere so she can try and reproduce it herself, because she just wants to kill all the Soups and be like Queen Soup is really what it is. Like she's just as bad as Homelander.
Oh fuck yeah.
And which is funny, which is why it is interesting that Homelander is trying to be friends with her, because Homelander keeps trying to remind her, like, hey, we have like similar goals here.
Yeah.
We're both trying to say we're superior beings. But that whole thing of like, so they follow it all the way to this secret location because they go and get Stan.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
they give him a present.
It's time for my pottery class.
Well, Butcher comes up to him and goes to MM, and he's like, I need a tiny little presidential pardon to get him out. And then so the whole deal is, hey, go get the virus because you would know where it is, where she would hide it, and then we'll get you a presidential pardon. So then they go to this secret fucking farm that he had. And then, we see throughout that there had been experiments on animals with this virus, and that's where Butcher lets that rabbit free that was full of Temp V. But so the big part of the episode is the flying fucking sheep, because they're all juiced up on Compound V. But the execution of it was even better, because I wanted to talk about when Victoria shows up. So she finds out they're there, and everybody's nose is bleeding, which is her just fucking with them, being like, you dumbasses, I could kill all of you so easily, and you keep pushing me, you know? And
she's a great actress.
So,
I really like her.
they all agree that, like, hey, it's in all of our best interest to get the virus, so let's get the virus. Like, let's all figure this out. So, in that agreement, they're going there, and then, they see different souped-up animals, and then they see this big fucking bull. And you're like, holy shit. Yeah. And then, it gets killed by all these flying sheep, which is just
I don't have
insane.
to be first. I just have to be fastest and the slowest of you. Or what does he say?
I just survival of the fittest. I just got to be faster than you. I just got to be faster than you.
One of you.
Yeah. But, like, the fact that, you just see these flying... Who come up with... Like, okay, interesting idea enough that like they're putting V in animals, and okay.
Well, the chicken just bursts through the guy's fucking chest.
Yeah, they're the chicken coop, and he just
what the fuck?
Yeah, they're just like fucking souped up chickens, and they're like they're running around, and this is fucking amazing. And it's like, again, what this show does
just
so well,
at a chicken and it's just walking
because
around.
you have this wacky Animal V adventure. Then you've got this ridiculous parody of the expos, these corporate events for these 20,000 movies. And then you also have the disturbing Homelander shit. And it's all perfectly balanced because of how we have always set that tone of ridiculously gory and funny and over the top.
Yeah.
And then also ridiculously gory and scary.
Well, you see in the Homelander stuff, you see... this character of the director, what's his name? Derek?
What?
The guy with the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Derek?
Yeah, that's Sleazebag.
He's been in the series since the beginning, and whoever
he's
you
been
want
the Sleazebag corporate director,
right?
Yeah,
but he's the director / producer / kind of just sleazy entertainment guy.
Stereotype, yeah.
And it's good to see him get his comeuppance, but So you see that Ryan is connecting with his humanity in a way that Homelander can't because he was raised different, but he's also toying and flirting with the idea of that I can do whatever I want, and I can make you do whatever I want. So it's a fine line that he's towing, and Homelander's loving it.
Yeah, because this is the moment where we're talking about the V-52 stuff, and they're talking about summer school, and like we're gonna shoot it in a month or whatever. And Ryan is like, I don't know about this. I think this is kind of stupid. Like I don't get the point of it. And then Homelander, for the first time, is just giving him a choice, and he just says, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Yeah. You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not making. He's like, really, we're going with it. Like even he is like, no, we shouldn't do that. Let him do it.
Yeah.
And then that whole conversation of like, of that whole ordeal of like, oh, okay, that's all it took. They just took, and then again, it just kind of shows you of how important it is for a kid of any age to have proper guidance, because this whole time there's been friction between them because Ryan is still raised as a human, so he still has humanity in him, whereas Homelander is actively pushing that humanity out of his body, because in this very episode he's still having flashbacks of his childhood, and that what she says of like, you still need to be loved, you still need to be loved by them.
We know that he's manipulative, so we know that it's just another way to manipulate him.
Yeah, it's still for Homelander.
His telling Ryan that, you know, I've been manipulative of all my life because of this, and I have been doing the same thing to you.
Yes,
is a manipulation in itself.
Even though it's true, it is still used for selfish manipulative
he's trying
ways.
Because
he's trying to get him to become. To get that understanding of we are gods, they are puny peasants to us.
He was using the rod, and now he's using the open hand. You know, he's using the outstretched hand. You know, the carrot instead of the stick. And it's working better for. He realizes that Ryan is going to work better with honey than with vinegar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if he somehow convinces Ryan that being a horrible soup like he is, it was his choice all along, and he knows that's the way to do it. So that's why he's like, I'm giving you a choice while I'm fucking messing with your head.
Yeah.
You know,
because
and Ryan doesn't know it.
Because
but Ryan's smart, dude. Hopefully he'll.
But what I love about this show is he's still like this. There's two sides to this, because Homelander is still human.
Yeah.
Whether he likes it or not, he's still human.
Yeah.
Because
Ryan's the only natural born soup.
Well, even Homelander is human, because any emotion that he is going to express makes him human.
Yes.
Because no other higher functioning intelligence-wise can express emotion like humans can.
Yeah.
And understand emotion like humans can. So,
and by the way, all of you patting yourselves on the back, that ain't necessarily a good thing, you guys, all right? Seriously.
But but even then, Ryan has that moment that's also very human of, yes, I have power and I want to exert it a little bit. Because I think, while this guy, what he did is wrong, I think the justice is you should beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's not justice.
No.
Because while that dude is a sleazebag, he doesn't deserve to be beaten.
No. In fact, that's probably going to make him... I mean, I don't know. I always try to put myself in the other shoes, and I'm trying to think if that would make me want to be more of a sleazebag after that, or less of one, or just even worse, like get more sociopathic because of it.
And it's even worse because how playful Homelander is with it, and how Ryan buys into it, and then you see in action once again a man who deserves to be treated poorly for his poor behavior.
Right.
But you're still seeing a man being beaten and this guy enjoying it, and you're seeing them say, look at my toys.
Yes.
Look at my
toys. He's understanding in the best way that Homelander can show him.
We're better than them.
Yes.
And we own them.
Yes. He gave him a little bit of a hint, and fucking Ryan took it and ran with it,
cares if they die? Who fucking
Ryan
cares?
took it and ran with it.
We're better.
And he couched it to himself in, I'm helping this girl.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Honestly, that guy deserves
to get slapped across the face
to be slapped once and to be exposed for the predator that
and
he
lose
is.
His job.
And lose his job.
And that's it.
All clout.
And be embarrassed,
right,
for the horrible things he's done, and that's it. He doesn't deserve to be beaten.
And then start making appearances on Fox News, because they'll hire anybody.
And so, even again, paralleling. Look at this, but this is where it gets better, because this is where you're seeing Homelander's influence on both sides of the coin. Because now you're seeing the rest of the seven when he says, "We are no longer celebrities,
and
we are wrathful gods."
So before we get to that, can we talk about Ashley with the?
No, I want
because it's part of the end. There.
Yeah, I think there's a way we can tie them both at the same time, because I think to parallel that beating at the beginning, the beating at the end. I
just want to talk about the Bluetooth-enabled anal beads. That's all I want to talk about.
Is great because it is that moment of, again, now his message is getting further of like, it doesn't matter. There's no punishment for us. If they arrest us, we'll kill them. It doesn't matter. And let's sow them a little wrath. Let's show them that we're a god. And so then, just like earlier with the slapping from the assistant, we're seeing him get this man being beaten alive. And it turns out to be the Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Cameron something.
Let's call him the Jesse Waters, because Jesse Waters is an absolute fuck stain.
I would say more recently Jesse Waters. But yeah, right wing.
I'm going to have my mom on this racist, misogynistic bullshit show.
This is the Vought News Network show. But so the reason he's in that situation is because we get a little bit more clarification on her relationship, Ashley's relationship with Cameron, where she's like, "What are you doing? Why aren't your anal beads?" Because they're in the green room of this expo. And she's like, "Why don't you have your Bluetooth-enabled anal beads?" He's like, "Do you want me to come on?" And she's like, "I want to see you fucking come on stage." Something like that. I was like, Jesus Christ.
All these people.
Yeah. And he pretty much says, "I want to break up," where he's like, I need
a dom who's dominating, and you suck.
It's been shown you don't run shit. So, yeah, I need a dom who dominates. So this is done.
And she somehow fucking finds a way. The actress finds a way to show that she's losing more hair.
Because later in that episode, A-Train shows up to her and says, "Fucking Sage knows I'm the leak. You need to fix this." And she's like, "Why do I need to fix it? I took one shit in his fucking toilet."
Yeah, I love her fucking reaction. Like, "What the fuck? You just made me a fucking accomplice, dude. You fucking dick."
He's going to kill us both.
But then she's like, "Wait a second. I can take care of my problem and his."
And that's what makes Ashley so smart. And I love her character.
Diabolical.
Now she is going to...
Diabolical.
But it shows, her smarts of like, okay, I know how I can manipulate them. And you're also seeing Sage be okay with it, because I think Sage knows that Homelander is going to kill her. I think Sage knows, because he's too fucking dumb and egotistical that he's going to kill her. And she's putting things in place to stop him when that happens.
I believe that Sage will ultimately be the downfall of Homelander.
Yeah, because he's going to get too mad at her and kill her.
I don't think he's going to kill her, but I think she will be...
So.
Okay.
And I also think...
You're entitled to your jackass opinion.
But I think you're right, too. I think
no, you're fine.
I think no matter what...
I got to give you shit.
I think
you're my friend.
I think no matter what, you're right. She will be his downfall, because she's smarter than him and he can't handle that.
She's the smartest human
she's
on the planet.
Person on the planet.
Right. She you know how like Homelander toys with people physically? She toys with people mentally.
She's doing the same thing because she likes to see how far the brain can go. And I love the fact that Firecracker in this episode is like, "Fuck you, you set me up to get my ass kicked." And she's like, "Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be fucking talking shit." I don't remember what she said. She said that line back to her that she said in the last episode of being like, "Well, look what I can do. Look how easily I can manipulate you people. So shut the fuck up," pretty much. Yeah. And it's just interesting that Sage knows and is allowing him, which I love. I love that a lot, because I do think that is her stacking. That is her playing the fence and her stacking the deck and being like, I truly think at some point she thinks
just trying to survive at this point.
No, I'm talking about Sage.
Yeah.
But both, yes. In a sense, both are just doing what they can to survive. But I think what Sage is doing with Ashley and A-Train is, setting that position of like, I truly think that she like, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to get killed by one of them. But Homelander's probably going to kill me first, because she even says when they join up, is like, "I can't do this because I'm smarter than you and you will not handle it." Mm. But she still does it anyway because she wants to see how far she can take it. And it's going to be it's going to be an interesting thing, because now we're seeing a lot of things in motion with this episode. And I think the thing that interested me the most was seeing the whole Stan Victoria thing, and then Stan finding out about the kid being turned soup, and he was pissed about that, and they had their whole conversation.
Oh, well, fuck, and then when they
Samir. Meet Samir, the parent of the kid, and then he just deflowered my daughter. She's like, "I was fucking 20. He didn't deflower me."
Yeah.
They got attacked by the sheep, and they lost all the virus, and
they had to inject that dead body with it.
No, but before that, they find out that's the last of the virus. Yeah.
And they just debate.
Because Butcher's like, "Fuck it, why don't we just inject fucking Victoria?"
Starlight basically tells him, like, "You're a fucking dick," which he is. Yeah. Because at the end of the episode...
Because he says, "Fuck it, inject Victoria and run away."
No, at the end of the episode, what does he do to Samir?
Oh, my God. Oh, so this is what I love. This is what I love about this. So they have this confrontation, and they're like, okay, so we all agree that we're going to inject the dead body with the virus because they find out how to transmit it. One of the funnier jokes that I just like, it's so dumb, but I love it, where they're like, how do you transmit it? Or how transmissible is it? It's like, well, blood, saliva, semen. In French, it goes, that man is in no shape to fuck those sheep. Stan with Giancarlo Esposito, he's so great. He's just like, he meant they would eat him. And then he goes, oh, right, yeah. Like, nobody was thinking that he was going to fuck the sheep.
I was. You know I was.
But yeah, so they inject him, and then they take it, and then you just hear thunk, 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 thunk. So they start falling and dying as they're running away.
Well, no, what it looked like to me is that something was pounding on the roof, so they leave, and then they start.
But yeah, when they leave, they find out it's like, oh, it was the sheep
just
that
starts
were
barfing all over the place.
It was the sheep that were landing on the fucking roof. But so they get away.
Yeah.
As the sheep are all
Everybody
dying.
gets away. Stan Edgar gets taken back to where he's
supposed to be. We don't know where
Samir
is.
Right, but...
and we don't know where Butcher
Victoria blows up the head of the guy taking him back to prison, and so he's free.
Yeah, Stan goes back to prison. He's like, why you reneged on the deal? And he's like, well, you didn't give us the virus, so you don't get a pardon, so that's the deal. And yeah, then as he's leaving, she explodes that dude's head and saves him. Because again, they still have that relationship. She still has views him as a father. You know?
remember how you had made that you made the thought you had the idea that it was his mom was a figment of his imagination and whatnot.
With Huey,
you also had another character who you thought was a figment of your imagination.
Oh, that got confirmed.
I absolutely fucking agree. That final scene confirms that he is a figment of Billy Butcher's imagination.
So what happens is we get at the end of this, and we'll get, and then we'll talk all about the Huey stuff. And then we'll finish that. But
Jesus, how long have we been talking about this episode?
There's a lot of shit that happened in this episode.
We haven't even got to the Acolyte.
So yeah, we find out that Samir, they show just a leg. That's like all that was left. So it seems like the sheep must have got him, whatever. So she assumes he's dead, and that's why she saves Stan because she's emotionally distraught. And then we get the end of the episode where it's actually Samir is in a barn and he's got his leg wrapped up.
And he's pissed.
And he's screaming and crying. He's like, get the fuck away from me, get away from me.
You fucking cut my fucking leg off.
We find out it was Butcher. And Butcher is talking openly to Kessler as if Kessler is there.
Yeah.
But when Samir looks up, he looks up like someone like, who the fuck are you talking to? There's no one there. Like, his look isn't like this. I see this person. It's a look. There's nothing there. And a look back like, what are you talking about? And so that right there confirmed what I thought. That Becca was the angel. Kessler's the devil of his psyche. And I think
it's not explicitly stated at the end of the episode, but I think Jake is right. That's a confirmation.
I'll even go further. I think.
Oh, will ya?
I think that Kessler's this fucking tapeworm thing. I think Kessler's the thing that's the worm. Like that thing is making him see Kessler. You know what I mean? Like it's giving him negative. Like I think it's manipulating his brain. Is what I think. And he's just been listening to that more, and that's why he killed Ezekiel. And I still don't know how he did it. I would love to know how. And then, they were like, how'd you do it? He's like, I don't know. I blacked out. And then I just woke up, and everything was, so we'll find that out. But so anyway, the Huey set portion of this episode is heartbreaking. Surprisingly, I did not get as emotional as I thought I would.
I did. That's just because I think Simon Pegg is...
No, it was a great scene. It was
his
amazing.
Character,
his whole
the character of his dad is such a... He's one of those characters, he's one of those people that who's just like, he just wants to fucking get through life without his heart being broken. Because he's not a bad person. He likes what he likes. And he's kind of a dork. Yeah. But who cares? He's not hurting anybody. He just wants to raise his kid. And his wife leaves him. So naturally, he does a fucking great job raising Huey on his own, and Huey's kind of like, he's a little embarrassing because he kind of is. He's kind of dorky, he likes,
James Patterson books.
Sure, right, but
everybody, hey, as a parent, I can tell you this much already, or I could tell you now, he's only 2, so he thinks I'm cool. But as he gets older, it's going to be the same. It's I know that I'm dorky and weird and nerdy, just like my dad was. Like it's that's what happens when you're a dad. And you like. I think that it's a great.
He raised a good son. That's enough for him to should be able to have some sort of closure and a decent death.
I'm trying to think of a proper way to say this. It's a tour de force for me of Simon Pegg as a performer, as an actor, because we see so much of him, and like he's done dramatic things, but like we've seen so much of him in comedies and see him play that certain role, or not, like he's done different things.
The moments,
but this is rarely do we get to see him be funny, but also be very dramatic in the same.
The moments when he goes from I don't know what the fuck is going on to you left us.
Yeah.
Are fucking awesome.
So here's what's interesting.
And his death scene is one of the best I've seen.
So here's what I find.
He didn't know that he died.
Yeah, I find interesting. You know about this storyline, because it's very similar to the storyline of God Country, but it's kind of in reverse. Because in that story, his dad has dementia. And when he gets this magical sword, Alzheimer's, and when he gets the sword, he can remember. And he keeps the sword with him because he can remember. And it's like, this storyline is also like that, but like in reverse. It's just like Flowers for Algernon story of, okay, Huey's dad is back, he's talking and everything, but every person watching this show has a thought in their head, when is this going to fall apart?
Yeah.
Because it's going too good. It's going too well. That something.
Well, the first crack is that he doesn't know that Huey just left the room.
Yeah.
Because she's talking to him, and he's like, "What? Where's Huey? He just went to the bathroom just now." Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
And then...
So you start to see it, and so while the compound V did bring him back, it is starting to fracture his memories and cause this extreme form of Alzheimer's, or I don't know if it's dementia or Alzheimer's. I don't want to confuse the two, but there's he's losing his memory and he's regaining memories, and it's going back and forth, and he's slipping in and out of it.
He seems to believe that it's the year that Huey is 12, I think, is what he keeps saying. You're 12.
When we first find out where he went, because Huey comes back and
they go looking for him.
His mom was reading a book, and she's like, "I thought he was with you. Yeah. He's not in the room." So they go and look for him.
And this is when I start. I'm sorry, but
go on.
This is when I start realizing that you might be wrong about this, because up until this point, I still think there's evidence that she's not real or whatever, and I really liked the theory that you had about that. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that and then the final scene for sure. But
yeah, right.
No, before that, when she was feeding him and stuff, I was like, okay, now it's not. Yeah, because. But anyway, when they find him, he's hunched over, and there's this dead body, and there's a hole or cavity, and he's holding the heart.
Yeah.
And then he like freaks out, because when they see him, he's like, "What happened? What's going on?" He starts to be his abilities. He can phase through the walls. So then he's running and he's phasing through the walls, and this guy is talking to this nurse trying to pick her up, and then he runs to the wall and is in the middle of this person. Like standing in him, and then spinning around, and the guts are falling out, and he's moving, and there's just like that. And it's like, this is where the show uses how effectively the show uses gore for comedic purposes and then for dramatic purposes, because you're like, oh my fucking God, what is happening? Like, you're just like, what is... And then
it's so fucking...
You are freaked out with him because you're like, oh my God, because you're thinking,
then when
he can't control this.
When he finally leaves, all the guts that he was holding up just fall out. And this poor girl is just watching this like, what the fuck?
He's freaked out. She's screaming. There's their alarms and everything. And then, there's that moment where he's like, I have to get to the store because he wants a Tech Knight doll. I mean, he says it's an action figure, but let's be honest, it's a doll. He's like, I'm Huey. He's like, you can't be Huey. Huey's 11.
Yeah.
And
You're
so
crying,
then,
aren't you?
No,
it's okay, man.
No, I was just clearing my throat.
Sure.
This episode ends with, or this storyline ends with them getting into a certain room and Huey putting together a cocktail.
They finally calm him down to tell him what's up.
He convinces him that he is Huey and he's not 11.
I don't want to be Jar Jar.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Christ. When he says you couldn't let go and you couldn't let Jar Jar die, don't let me be Jar Jar.
And what happened?
He died.
He died exploding in my hands with bloody
blood and shit.
Exactly.
So yeah, he takes him to the room and he puts together a cocktail to kill him, to euthanize him. And he goes, "Are you sure you know how to do this?" He's like, "Unfortunately, I have a friend who knows a lot about drugs."
Yeah.
But he's doing it, and they have their final goodbyes. But before that happens, how he snaps him out of it is when he says, "Tech Knight was never my hero. You were, or you are." And I knew he was going to say that because I even said it when I was watching. I'm like, "You are," and then he says that because that's what I said to my dad. You know, it's just like, of course.
And then you had to
and I hope one day my son says it about me. Whatever, you know.
You're my hero.
Thanks, buddy. I start crying.
I'll take over the show now because he's just completely.
He is a mess.
He's a mess. He is goddamn sobbing like a little girl.
It is.
Which is exactly what I wanted. Now I'm taking over the show. I rule. Off panel, off topic.
Yeah.
Wow, what a twist.
Thanks, M. Night. Do
you think his friends call him M. Night?
Why would they just call him M? But they have to call him M. Night?
Yeah, but that's what people call him.
Who's going to get confused if you say, "Oh, hey, M"?
Do you think they call him Night? Shyamalan? Hey, Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Yes. Hey, Shyamalan. Hey, Shama. You think they call him Shama?
So anyway, Simon Pegg's death was very emotional.
Shama. Why are we laughing about it?
But I
We're
knew that.
Fucking terrible. We're laughing about Simon Pegg, a national treasure in another country, who's just
I thought you were going to say national television. I'm like, chill out.
on
Graham.
national streaming television at various times and places.
It's locally. You can
nobody,
only watch it.
Actually, nobody.
Get my TV guy.
There is appointment television still, but it's all sports.
Yeah.
Congratulations, America. Sports and gambling.
So the ending is really fucking heartbreaking too, because he's saying his goodbyes and he's like, "I'm scared," and he's like, "You don't be scared. I'm right here. I'm right here." And it's like, that kind of shit. And watching that is like, man, I'm kind of thankful I didn't have to. It sucks I didn't get a final goodbye, but it's also like, fuck, man, I don't think I could have handled that.
My mom is getting up there, and I don't know.
It's gonna be rough when my mom goes.
I know that I'm lucky enough that I get to spend a lot of time with her now.
Yeah.
And she's very lucid. She's not even close to being anything. You know what I mean? There's history or whatever, but I'm not really worried about that for her. I don't think.
She one time, we were having dinner and I was trying to pay for my meal and she insisted to pay for it. And she told me to shut the F up about it. And I was like, all right, you pay for my meal then. You don't remember that? I told you that story.
Oh, my mom?
Your mom, yeah.
I thought you were talking about your mom.
No.
And I'm like,
no, it was funny because your mom was giving me shit and she was just like, shut the F up.
Yeah. Well, I think
I'm offering to pay for your meal. Shut up.
I think because I swear so much, I think when she gets around my friends, she's like, I'm cool. Fuck.
But she didn't say the F word.
Oh, what'd she say?
She said F. She said, shut the F up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, my mom is salty, and
like, hey, it's okay.
I like
You
seeing her get
say
salty in her old age because she's like, fuck you.
You can tell me to shut the fuck up.
And
your son does it all the time.
I hope that I can do that when I'm that age and just be like, fuck you, But yeah, I'm just saying, like, we don't get to choose. In many ways, Huey and his dad got to have that moment that everybody wants to have, I think. Right? We all want to die with the two people we love the most or whatever on our own terms, I guess.
Well, Huey, this is what...
And he got to.
It was a nice, sweet scene, but it was also like...
How many people, all three of them got some sort of closure?
For me, though, I didn't get that. And to see Huey cheat and steal his way to get that kind of...
Cheat and steal what?
He got what he wanted because he came to peace with his dad dying, Now, granted, he didn't give him the V, right? But he still had full intents to do that, right?
Can I just say
because he couldn't live with his failure.
Right. But I feel like this story would have gone so much better. I don't know. I mean,
but at the same time, it gets.
What do we?
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out.
Okay.
I will correct it right now because I understand the perspective of how it's redeemed because he didn't give him the V. His mom did.
No, yeah.
So he did make that decision that I'm not going to go through with this.
Right.
But she did.
But so you're going to give us Simon Pegg's character being totally terrified for most of the show and then dying.
However,
you know what I mean?
However, Huey got in a narrative standpoint. Huey.
Oh, and Frenchie turns himself into the cops for some fucking reason.
Huey did the right thing, but he did the right thing, and then his mom did the wrong thing. So then he had to do the right thing again. So in a weird way, it kind of sums up the relationship with Huey. Made that decision like, no, it's his time to go, and I didn't get to say goodbye, but it is what it is, right? Yeah. His mom took that away from him because she thought that's what he wanted. But then he has to kill his own dad because his dad killed like 3 or 4 people, innocent people, because of the Jar Jar. You have to let go. You can't keep, and it's such a I think sad, beautiful story about loss of, like you just said, we don't get a choice, and how unfair and frustrating it can be. That's just the way it is, and you have
Some things will never change.
and you find, and you know how I relate to it. You know.
You know what's going on.
How I relate to it on that aspect of that Jar Jar moment of like, I can't judge Huey because maybe if I was in his position, I might have changed things and I would have done things differently to get my goodbyes.
Sure.
But so I can't, I'm human and he's human. So I understand that. But it's just my perspective on it. It is hard. I still deal with letting go. I still deal with it to this day.
Here's what I'm looking at right now is that, and I know what you're saying, but here's what I'm looking at. Last episode, he had given.
No, he
had let go.
That's what I mean. It's not his fault. It's his mom's because he decided not to do it. He would put it back in his pocket and said, "I'm not doing it."
I know, but I'm just saying, like, what are we? I think the story would be better served, honestly, if his mom did turn out to be a hallucination.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But okay, so now she's back in the picture. Now Huey's dad's dead, and Butcher's got some dude like tied up, which is just fucked up.
And I understand
Starlight can't use her powers for some reason.
But the problem is, again, it just shows you that it's
Stan
not
Edgar's free.
It's not Huey's fault though, because his mom said you already lost one parent. I couldn't let you do that. And it's like that's not the point.
Sure, no.
You can't.
I'll accept the story because I didn't write it.
No.
But I'm not a huge fan.
No, that's what makes it good. It puts it on the mom again because it puts it in a perspective of Huey understood that you shouldn't be playing God like this.
Yeah, stop playing God.
Or that phrase, whatever. But you shouldn't be playing the laws of nature of
we're not playing God. We're playing Monopoly.
Of injecting your father with something unnatural like Compound V. And turning and giving him a second chance at life, yeah, but then turning him into this killing machine, unbeknownst to him, because his brain is fractured and his memories are colliding and he doesn't know where he is or what's going on. It's a rough episode in that aspect, but I think it is a beautiful touch of like Huey at least getting a chance to say goodbye and saying like, I wish I would have, and come to terms with the fact of that you always do when you lose someone. There's that moment, there's something that, and I just want to put my own little spin on this in perspective. But no, yes, it's natural, and I still feel that way sometimes. That unfairness, and that anger. But then I also have that perspective of like, I'm still grateful for the time I did have. You know what I mean? And I think that helps a lot. But I will tell you, it sucks, and it will get you. in ways that
It'll
you don't
get you.
expect.
It'll get you.
Just like herpes.
Next
So
thing you know,
anyway-
you got a beer gut and you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got what is it? You got corns on your feet. Can't do nothing about
Great
it.
episode. We like it.
You're like 2 thumbs up.
We'll give it.
Butts.
All right, 2 episodes of The Acolyte up next, everybody.
Just one. Let's skip 4.
So episode
Nobody gives
4.
a fuck about 4.
Let me just say this about episode 4. We'll do it very, very brief.
Thanks.
Episode 4 is saying, hey, not a flashback. And then it just says, we're going after the master.
Let's go to the woods
So
and let's walk through the woods a lot with a weird fucking animal leading us.
Also, May decides that saying...
Made for toys.
May decides, fuck this little oath thing I gotta do. I'm gonna use...
Not smart.
I'm gonna kill the fucking Wookiee with my own weapons.
Yeah.
I don't need to listen to
Not
Master's
smart.
rules. And her friend, he's like, I don't know, dude. I wouldn't do that. And she's like, hey, you weak little bitch.
Yeah, which was not smart.
Because I do like how he, like, the way that he hides his identity is, like, being, like, this little sheepish-looking guy.
Hats off to Manny Jacinto, dude.
And then he takes his shirt off, and you're like, oh, fuck, he's hot. And then
Oh, well, he was in the good place.
oh, yeah, that's
He's-
right. He was
he's-
the idiot in that
Yes,
show. That's right.
That's why he's so fucking good, dude.
That's where I'd seen him before.
Because all of a sudden he's this badass fucking sick
Thank you.
dude, and you're like,
Thank you. Because I couldn't fucking remember where I'd seen that dude before.
dude,
So,
he needs to get more roles.
So anyway, he's like, hey, don't do that. She's like, I'm gonna. And then she shows up to kill the Wookiee, and then she finds out, oh, there's a fucking seared slash, like a lightsaber slash of the Wookiee, which, what a waste.
Yeah, fuck you.
Kills him.
Let's not even see him with a lightsaber.
Oh,
ever.
budget.
Budget.
Meanwhile, you're, fuck it, I'm so mad.
You know how much money that stupid fucking park takes in a day alone? You fucking
You know how much you could have cut out of that stupid haircut scene?
Jesus.
Um,
Right?
I'm just, whatever.
No, honestly, that was kind of cool.
It was, but it's like,
Shut up about haircuts.
give me some Wookiee Jedi. That's all I want.
Give me some Wookiee
Cut the scene.
Jedi.
Cut the scene with the meditation guy.
That's
I don't
what
care.
I need.
Anyway,
Give me some Wookiee
so-
Jedi.
that episode.
And
Hey, that episode ends. I don't want to spend too much time on it, and he's fucking singing. God. So yeah, the episode ends with they end up in this wooded area, and then the acolyte with the helmet with the weird smiley face on it, he shows up and whoosh, wind gusts all the Jedi, and then we jump right to episode 5.
And then he just fucking wastes them all.
Dude, the
And
fight.
it is so cool.
I will say. Here's what I think. I've heard the showrunner say that, like, this is like comparable or better than Duel of the Fates. I don't think it's better than Duel of the Fates because you don't have the fucking Duel of the Fates John Williams.
Right. And also
it.
the tension
But-
of those like doors opening and closing
Oh.
was so cool.
Almost redeemed it. Almost redeemed it.
Dude, that was almost a note for note reproduction of that scene.
think-
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa. Lucasfilm, we are available. Okay?
Available we are. I mean, I got to work on my fucking Yoda. That
was
sucked
okay.
ass.
You know what? I loved it.
I got to stop smoking them cigarettes.
Gotta stop smoking
What are we
that
talking
shit.
about? Episode
I
5.
don't fucking know.
I will
We
say,
jump into the episode and
it's
he
not-
just
yeah.
wastes them. He just fucking
yeah,
lays
you
waste
take
to
over.
him.
You talk.
He is using a gauntlet and a helmet, which is made from like Corostis.
Corostis armor. Yeah.
Right,
Corostis armor.
which is
Which shorts-
something from Legends, but it's also incredibly brittle. So that's why he can only use it a couple times.
But it
Before
short
his helmet
circuits
gets-
the lightsabers.
Right.
Which is dude, when he's fighting,
What a cool fucking
I love
idea.
the choreography of
Yeah.
the fight because he's cutting down one dude, turns over because there's a guy to his other side, and just leans his helmet into the lightsaber and shorts the lightsaber.
And then he does like his hand with another one.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, that's cool.
Dude.
And then
This was so cool from like...
But so yeah,
Love this
he's
character.
fighting, and that's the funny thing is like I had a discussion with a friend of mine, and he's like, I hate the helmet, and he's like, I just hate the idea of like. He doesn't like the idea of Sith being like having to have like certain like helmet designs. Like we have Darth Vader.
I just thought it was terrible
hold
looking,
on,
and
yeah.
that's the idea.
No.
You wanted to make it terrible looking.
I guess
And
maybe
scary.
maybe that's
it
the idea.
fucking looks scary. It
but-
looks like teeth.
Let me finish my point.
No.
Jesus. My point was that he didn't kind of like it, which I thought was great because in this 5th episode, he just takes it off.
Well, he has to
Which is
because it's broken.
Which is my point of like, oh, okay, so we're showing a different side of this of like, we don't need to have like it's an iconic helmet. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that whole fight sequence is taking place most of the episode. There's other shit.
There's a bunch of bullshit.
There's some
with
political
May
shit in
and
Coruscant.
Yord. Yeah.
Because they're pissed at Saul because they're like, hey, he shouldn't
Which
be doing
is crazy
this.
because I didn't know Yord was going to get smoked in a couple minutes. I would have been a lot more forgiving of the character. But honestly, fuck that character. Who cares?
Is that the dude with the dreads?
Yeah. He's the last one before Jackie that gets killed.
His death was brutal.
Brutal. And it's quick. Just
I
like,
love
holy shit, did not expect that.
So yeah,
I kind of knew Saul wasn't going to die, but
Yord is trying to
when
get
Jackie gets fucking
Yord is trying to get Osha
dude.
off the planet because he's like, Saul told me this is my job. I'm trying to save you. We got to get off of this planet. Osha is like, no, we got to fucking stay and save them and help them. So they run back and deal with that. And so Osha is dealing with shit because she's like, what the fuck's happening? Because, her master's here and he's just wrecking everybody. Then she has a fight with Jackie, which was a cool fight.
Yeah.
She's fucking throwing the daggers and shit, and then they're both using the
it was
force
a
with the
brutal
daggers.
fight. It was a brutal fight by two people who are not as strong in the force as, say, others.
Hey, man, look. You said episode 5...
Taking any fucking chance.
You said episode 5 redeems a lot of the shit we had to deal with in the previous episodes. I think it does on a lot of aspects. But what I think I like the most that the show has done with this is we're playing with Jedi fight styles.
Yes.
And we're playing with that they are trying to teach to be useful without your lightsaber and not rely on your lightsaber, which kind of gets ignored later.
He's
but that's what happens
using the Sith. The Stranger is using a Sith or a forbidden Jedi technique. I can't remember what it's called, but it's one where you intermittently turn off your lightsaber, which causes confusion among your opponents. When you're doing a parry, advance and parry with your opponent, and you turn your lightsaber, and it's an easy way for you, and then just go and cut him up.
Kill him.
Right.
And the Jedi are like, hey, we got fucking
rules. The Jedi outlawed the technique, and the Sith have used it in Legends. So
he does it a lot. Yeah, that makes sense.
So there's a lot of this episode actually brings a lot of Legends stuff into canon, which is cool that we didn't really know about, or maybe a lot of people did. I didn't know anything about that fight style. I didn't know anything about that armor type, but I read a lot about it, and it's cool shit that they're bringing in more, kind of Legends stuff to make it canon. But I'm just excited to see where this goes. I didn't like the Deus Machina of the fucking giant moths.
Oh, the bugs? You didn't like the big bugs? I liked them.
I didn't like it because it's a shitty ending to that whole glorious fucking epic fight. Oh, let's just take the bad guy away. Let's not give him a chance to finish it because we got 3 more episodes. Why? Where's the goddamn? Where is the goddamn thing?
Oh, I didn't have the soundboard on.
Wow. Where's the why? Because if it is, then cool.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Why is it 8 or 6?
I don't know.
Well, if it's
I could look it up, but I'm not gonna.
Okay. If it's 8, like
if it's okay with it, yeah.
Like right, Jesus Christ, like I read a theory that I think is okay, but I don't know if I like it because it changes the episode or changes the arc of the character. He's doing like this. Did you ever see the 50s? Did you ever see the 50s style dance where it was like somebody swimming and then they do like the whole, they hold their nose and they, woo, woo, that's what Jake was doing just now. He's pantomiming.
It's 8 episodes.
8 episodes. Why? Okay, now we need it.
Why?
Now do the kill me.
Kill me!
Yeah. Fucking kill me, dude. Because you know what? I don't need that much Acolyte. One more episode.
You should be.
Oh. So I'm coming day and night. I mean, it's terrific.
But you're not. But I feel like...
Just like that dude with his anal beads in The Boys.
No, yeah. Say thanks for the YouTube audience because I'm like they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Anal beads.
Anal beads.
Incoming.
Anal beads.
Jeez,
What?
we gotta cut all of that out
Why?
unless we get sponsored by anal beads. I don't want to be yelling anal beads a lot on the show. You know what I mean? Can't have that. This is a family show.
Do you not know? But
Is it a family show? Well,
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
but
there's your fucking answer.
Jackie's. Or did I say Jackie?
There's your fucking answer, Dad. What? No, what, did you say Jackie?
What's her name again?
Who?
Laura.
Jackie.
Jackie. She
Which,
gets.
by the
her
way,
death sucks, man.
yeah.
She gets 3 of them. Oh.
I just gotta say this. I will take her. I will accept that death of hers because she beat the piss out of that guy before he cheated and cut his lightsaber in 2 and made another one. That's fucking cheating, dude.
It's cheating.
Cheating.
And then I love to see fucking vengeful badass.
And it
Saul, that was cool.
It was a fucking. It was. I love. I'm just saying, like the way that it was portrayed was perfect to me. Like you see the 3 strikes, and then you see her face, and she's just like, "What the fuck just happened?"
And then you see the holes. And
But
like,
dude, I think honestly, like his whole characterization, I told my brother was note for note perfect. I think.
Yeah.
Was like is that its name? Like he is sinister. And
And
honestly,
he's just like, I want freedom to do. He's like, what? Why reveal yourself?
Acolyte.
Yeah, or when he says, why reveal yourself? When he takes his helmet off, and he says, because I want to show you, this is what I want. I want to be able to live and do what I want.
Yeah.
And use the Force how I feel.
Yeah.
And Soul was like pretty much being like, there's consequences to this shit, man.
There's a thought that that at some point in the past that the Sith never named themselves. That I don't know what they might have called themselves, but that Jedi used the word Sith as a derogatory term for them because the way he says it, you would call me a Sith.
How
you know?
dare you?
No, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
though. Like, and
It's just,
but they at some point in the history they decided to say, you know what? If they're gonna call us this is what we're gonna call ourselves.
we're gonna take it back. we're gonna.
I don't want to use those words, but yeah. God. We're gonna take the.
Hey, you know what, Jerry? We're taking back that word.
Serenity now. Newman. No, we're not talking about the boys anymore. Sith.
Oh,
Pretty sneaky, Sith.
where the fuck were we on the Newman thing?
Fuck.
You know what we should
Let's
do?
do that.
Here's what we do. We
What?
edit this in.
Okay. Play
For
it
the,
again for the audience.
For the YouTube.
Play the sounder.
Hold on.
Again. We
Hear
need
me
the
out.
sounder one more time.
It's the episode, most recent episode of The Boys. Victoria comes into the room. They're all getting the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Butcher looks at her and he's like, Newman. And then their heads explode. There's your fucking.
Spoiler alert.
By the way, thanks for watching The Acolyte.
Thanks for watching.
Or listening. I don't know.
No, I like the episode overall. Again, I didn't like the fucking Deus Machina of the. And let me listen to me spout smart literary play terms. Beep.
I was just say, isn't it Deus Ex Machina?
Deus Ex fuck you.
Tyler, we're talking about
No.
some comic books.
What? No.
Oh.
No. You know, I held this watch up my ass for 2 years. Sorry. That was the one Christopher Walken scene I could think of. Have you ever seen? Hang on, before we go on. It's called a hot panel.
No, it's funny you say. It's funny you reference that because there's a Pulp Fiction.
Shut up. Well,
Wow. There's a Pulp Fiction
a variant
cover.
You're right. Yeah. No.
In this book.
I'm so sorry.
In this comic book, we're supposed to be reviewing that he just fucking loathes so much that he is torpedoing me. But go ahead.
I'm not torpedoing you. You go
It
ahead.
feels like it. I'm getting
sorry.
fucked right now.
Jesus. That's
All right, so this is Chew,
volume 3.
This is a fact we're giving out. Don't send us a book because it'll take us 20 minutes before
It'll
we talk
take
about
us 20 minutes.
talk about it.
Singing.
So yeah, this is Chew
Volume 3.
by John Layman, Rob Guillory, Volume 3,
Just
Desserts.
Desserts.
So this is issues 11 through 15 of the book,
Mhm.
which, by the way, is the first
I think it's
quarter.
the fucking art style that just turns me off. Also, I have
Jesus.
issues with food, kind of.
Oh yeah,
Eating shit and
eating shit
eating
and
feet and fingers and
So yeah, the first issue starts with like billions of years ago. It's like the Ice Age, and it shows a saber-toothed tiger eating a mammoth, and then a human with a spear attacking it and fighting it,
Yeah.
and then it's getting frozen.
See, this is when you should have your stand.
Yeah, this is where I need to fix the mic stand.
Naked emotion. Naked emotion.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we see the fight, and then they get frozen. And
So Flash number 187.
yeah, and so then we flash all the way forward, and we get a reminder of Tony's abilities that he can eat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He could eat a cheeseburger, and seeing how that fucking cow was slaughtered and the farm they were on, very in that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then he comes back because at this point he ran into the vampire in Yamapulu,
Who's not a vampire?
who is not a vampire. He's also a Cybopath because if you remember, Savoy in the first volume said there's only 3 Cybopaths or Cybopaths, however you pronounce it. Oh, there's only 3 of them in the world. And Savoy and Tony were 2 right there. So
and the vampire is the third.
So
Yeah.
Appleby sees him like show up finally back from Yamapulu and is like, again, I understand how you can maybe be turned off by the art style, but this book is just so fucking funny. Like the bit like where Appleby, the art I think complements it so well though. The bit where Appleby grabs the book that says vampires and he goes, "Vampires, I see," and it's just normal. And then there's 3 panels. First one's normal. Second panel, he's pissed. And the third panel, he's like smiling because he's like, "Carry on." Yeah. Because he's nice to Tony because his buddy John Colby fucked Appleby. So he's like trying to hide his anger so much. And then it blows up later. We also find out something interesting because we notice that we're tying things between Savoy and the vampire and everything else, but we were talking with the guy who has the frickins or
frog chickens,
but they call them chogs.
Chogs.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Why don't you chog this hog?
I don't think you can get them anymore, but for a while they had plush chogs that you could buy. So there's these ugly fucking chicken frog hybrids. So yeah, that company is trying to. They make fake.
Why?
Why?
Capitalism. So anyway,
Nice.
you fucking nailed
That
us.
was a sound. That was what's called a salad. Word salad. No, a sound picture. A word picture. We're professionals.
What?
All right, so we get a phone call from Colby. He gets a call from who we find out to be Caesar, and he's just talking in words of like, the quiet man needs to come in from the cold. And Colby's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And he's like, keeps talking in code, and then he just goes, "Where's Mason?" And he goes, "Mason," and then the phone just hangs up. So before this, we didn't know that Caesar had connections to the FDA. So we're kind of laying down like, oh, Caesar has connections to Savoy.
I thought we did.
Well, we knew that he was working with. We don't know it until in this volume, I think, because this is where he finally meets Chew, and we find out that Caesar's an FDA agent who's been undercover.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, it's another scenario where it's like, oh, they show up and then there's a dead body with a pitchfork in his chest and a fucking rat in his mouth, and they expect Tony to eat the rat because, of course, Appleby still hates Tony. And they have a whole discussion where Kobe's like, I guess I'll just scan it with my cybernetic eye or whatever and try and sort this out. So they go back and forth, and then he's like, what's going on tonight? And then he's like, oh, I got a date with Amelia. And Kobe is kind of annoyed. He's like that friend who's like grossed out and annoyed by new love of this relationship. He's like, fuck you guys. I don't want to hang out with you guys.
So don't.
Again, the art is so great because it's just Tony just says, hi, and Kobe's just standing there. They're just standing there, and then Amelia just says hi, and then it's a third panel, and he looks over at Tony, nothing, no words, nothing. And then the fourth one, he looks over annoyed. Like, all right, can you two just fucking stop oogling each other, please? Pretty much.
Would you fuck already?
But and that's what I love so much about this series and why I've stuck with it so much, because it does such a great job of understanding the visual medium of it, and of the visual aspect of the medium is what I should say.
Yeah.
And it really, like, just moments like that with no dialogue, it's all visual and it's funny. And it, like, there's so many panels where there's no dialogue, it's just visual comedy. And you wouldn't think like slapstick visual comedy would work that well, but then I also think, like, yeah, dude, that's what or comic books have always had.
I love slapstick.
And
shit.
this is just using it to like a crazy extreme. And instead of superpowers, like super strength and super speed, it's food. And that's what makes it even more ridiculous and funny and over the top. And it's like some of these panels, I'm reading it again, I'm just like, there's just some things that make me laugh. So anyway, we find out that there's like this ultra exclusive dinner with very rich people.
And actual chicken.
Where they eat like actual chicken. And they're getting like dodo egg. They're like eating prehistorical preserved
which is
animals.
fucked up, dude.
Yeah, which is pretty wild.
Fucked up.
And we also see that the chef from the last volume that would speak to you through his food is there to cook.
Yeah.
But anyway, Tony's eating, and he's taking a bite, and he's like, oh, this is mammoth, is the meat that they're given. He takes a bite, he's like, this isn't mammoth, this is saber-tooth tiger, which ties it back to why we saw that saber-tooth tiger fight that dude. What? Oh, that's right. So Tony chews, like, that's all I need, because this is a sting operation. And he's like, boom, you're under your arrest. And then this is what I mean. It's a very funny book, but then it also has really cool action scenes, and you're like, what is this thing? And I think that's what it's so funny about you and I when we approach this book. And once we get past this issue, we'll kind of just go through the rest of it. But, like, briefly. It's the thing. It's so dense. There's so much to talk about.
I know. Just kidding.
But, like, the violence of it is this guy has Amelia by the throat, and he's got a knife, and Tony sees, like, a little scratch from the knife, and there's a little drop of blood. And then the next sequence is a shot of him just putting 2 holes through the guy's eyeballs. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you see Tony be a badass and stuff, but then it's also this really silly thing of the next page, the end of the issue is like him just like still enamored with her, like, oh my god, I can't believe she likes me.
Well, they just did it.
And we had sex.
They just did it.
In the next episode, we get more of Pollo, who was introduced in the last episode, which, by the way, I fucking love this intro-ish to this issue. Because it is told through this perspective of a dude who looks like fucking Rob, kind of like Howard Cosell a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And so he is narrating a fight, which what you think is like a boxing fight, right? At the same time, we see the dude from Yamapulu who stole polio get the fuck beat out of him, and it looks like this dude is narrating that dude getting beaten the shit out of, and it's great. And then you still think it's like this boxing thing, and no, then it's revealed it's a cockfight, and it's a 2-page splash of Pollo. And Pollo continued, like, this is when you really start to see Pollo kind of become more a character in the story, and it's funny because it's almost like a video game where, like, you're playing, like, a game where you're like, I need a tank. I need a character that's just going to go in there and just wreck shit, clear a path, and then leave, pretty much. And that's all Pollo does throughout this series. He is just an agent of fucking chaos and just destroys people. And it's oddly insane how much I love watching that chicken just tear the fuck up.
Yeah, it is kind of insane.
So anyway, we get more intel. We see again Appleby being like, "God damn it, Chew! Will you just shut the fuck up?" Like, because he keeps interrupting me. Like, "Oh yeah, I always saw him on Yamapulu. I worked with him. He fucked me over." Blah blah blah. And Appleby's like, "Will you just shut the fuck up? I'm trying to do the intel." And then Chew goes undercover with D-Bear, who we met previously. Yeah. And they have Pollo. And then we also get introduced to this other food-related character who is saying all the ingredients in his food when he eats it.
Yeah. That's a weird guy.
So then we have the showdown. And, didn't they say, So this episode, this issue, the gimmick is that the pages were printed out of order was the joke. So, like, this is actually page 17.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really, And they do that later in the series where, like, this is technically episode. This is technically issue 27.
Well, hey, fairness to Jake, we have been talking about television series the first, 2 hours of the show.
Pollo gets unleashed, kills these fucking guys. D-Bear knew that was going to happen. He just wanted those guys to die.
I like when the guy gets just his eye socket just fucked by Pollo's fucking beak, and the guy's like, "Holy shit!"
So then, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
So then Tony goes home to
Just
Amelia,
fucked.
and she's like, "Do you want to hang out with me, or do you want to answer your phone to the shitty job with the shitty boss that you hate?"
And she goes, he goes, "I'm not answering the phone." And
then
we got Savoy cornered.
Yeah.
See, you think I didn't read the book, you liar?
So then we get more of a background on Savoy and kind of all the shit that he was up to with Caesar back in the day in the FDA. And
that's where we have the Pulp Fiction very cover.
Yeah.
All right.
Pulp Fiction. So then Tony Chu shows up. Amelia gets her job back at the paper, and that's where we get introduced to not frickin' but Chogs. This is
Chogs.
So this is where Caesar is talking to the dude that runs the shit, and he's like, "Hey man, you gotta chill out." And then a bunch of ninjas or SWAT team people show up. Caesar whips out some knives, throws them at him, gets out the rich guy, and then he clonks him on the head, and then that's when he reveals to him like, "Hey, dumb shits, I'm undercover, I'm FDA. What the fuck are you doing?" Because it's Colby and Chew. And they're like, "Motherfucker," like this shit, like where they're both angry and there's just flames, and then the I always love it when there's like the big font and things like that. Just again, the book constantly plays with the medium, and then it ends with back to where we were the previous issue where the FDA is bearing down on Savoy, and then we also get reminded that Tony Chu had a family previously, and we talk about when he proposed to his ex, Min.
Yeah.
And then she went crazy and...
She went nuts.
Shaved her head and tried to kill him.
Bomb the...
She got pregnant
State
and
of
had
Liberty.
a kid.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. But then Amelia was talking to him, and that explains why there's a piece...
Pièce de résistance?
There's... What's in
French?
there's a piece of his body in the freezer.
What? Oh yeah. What about his body?
So
in the
anyway,
freezer?
the raid on Savoy goes sideways.
What about the thing in his freezer?
It was related to his ex, where like she cut off a piece of something. I can't remember. Anyway, the raid on Savoy goes sideways. Tony finds out because he licks up some blood and sees what Savoy did, and it's just carnage. And Colby got his ass beat by Savoy, and Savoy even offered him to help him, and he said, "No, I'm not going to do that because he's loyal to Tony." And you kind of see, this is where you get a little bit more development of how much, it's just interesting of how the animosity Savoy has to Chew, and you get to find out more and more in the series why he feels the way, and why he's so dogmatic about what he wants to do, and gets upset with Tony and doing things the way that he does. But he still has a respect for Tony, and John views him as his partner. He's a good. He might be a douchebag, he might be a dick, but he's still a good cop, and he cares about his partner. And he's like, "I'm not gonna fucking sell out my partner because you bit off his fucking ear, man." So anyway, that's when we get more flashbacks of Caesar meeting Savoy at a movie theater, and they talk about their plans. Trying to go further, and Caesar's like telling Savoy, "You're gonna get yourself caught." And then we get Amelia waking up early. You see all the fucking beets in the cabinets in the fridge, and then she opens the freezer, and we just see a bag, and she screams, and he's like, "Amelia, what is it?" And it's a toe, which I think it might be a reference to Big Lebowski because there's green nail polish.
Maybe.
And then it's like, oh, what's happening? So then we get to the last issue, which is the Thanksgiving episode, everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, so it shows
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Savoy sitting there with a picture of his dead wife. He takes a drink of wine, and he continues to eat and see all the things of how the food was made, and he, having the visions that Tony would have. Then he takes Tony's ear and makes a slice of it, takes a bite.
I will say these first 4 or 5 pages.
Good God, man!
What is it? The first 10 pages or so.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
It's really interesting because you're
seeing
left
the
side
process.
Hey man,
sorry, go on.
Let me gush about your book.
Thank you. Finally, say something nice.
No,
please.
it's Chuck. No. So it's the first 8 pages of the issue, and the left side I think it's 3 panels on each page, or 1, 2, 3, 4. And so there's 8 total, but there's the top one is 2, and each one of his panels is a different close up of his face and whatnot. Yeah. And each one of the right panels is just
it's like a red orange.
Earlier in the series, you've seen this before, where a psychopath eats something and they have this kind of vision.
It's the mirroring the first shot of the first issue.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So but there's also, it's really interesting because he's seeing all this stuff, and it boils down to just Tony, doesn't it? End up just boiling down to Tony.
Yeah, it boils just down to his.
It's all these people, but it just boils down to Tony.
So
you're
seeing all these
again.
faces of of his brother, his sister, his girlfriend,
all these
Amelia,
different people, right.
people that he interacts with all the time.
Yeah.
And then it zeroes in on one face, and it turns out to be this girl's face, this teenager, or this younger girl's face.
Yeah, because he's trying to figure out how to hurt her.
And so then now we see Tony show up at Thanksgiving, and he sees his family, and then we get introduced to all of it. And I love each caption introduction is Rosemary Chu Shen, that's the older sister, and then there's Tang Shen, the brother-in-law. Oh, it's Tony. Nobody likes him because he's a fucking narc, so they can't have turkey because of the bird flu. We can't have fucking real turkey on Thanksgiving.
Fucking douchebag.
Yeah, so it's Tony, and then you see Antonelle Chu, fraternal twin, a.k.a. Tony with an I, Chu. So she goes back. She's really happy to see him, and he's kind of whatever, and she clearly is the more outgoing, crazy fun one, and he's more the,
douchebag,
stubborn, serious one, yeah. So they go back and forth, and he's like, "What the hell? You didn't tell me you had a girlfriend." And then he's like, "Well, you." And then she also talks to Rosemary and tells Rosemary to stop being a jerk and "Hey, we're having fun. It's Thanksgiving. It's family." And there's this big 2-page splash of the Chu family. So we got Ong Chu in a wheelchair with oxygen mask. Also, Grandpa smells like poo on the wall and graffiti. We also got Harold Chu, younger brother, stage name Miso Honey. So it's his younger brother in drag. Chip Chu Shen is his nephew, and then we got Bree Chen Shen. Bree Chu Shen is niece, and then Bao Chu is mom. Chow, we know him. That's what the caption says. Sage Chu is his younger sister. Charlie Chu, distant cousin, works for Oni Press. Bok Chu is his father, and he's dead. But so we see the whole family. And
Oni Press, if I'm not mistaken, is a company that produces manga.
So Tony didn't invite Amelia to come over because I think Tony is still ashamed of his family, and his family doesn't really think highly of him. Yeah. But then we get an introduction from John and Amelia, because Tony saw that John, talked to John, was like, "Hey, you guys should come over for Thanksgiving. Why not?" So they do. And meanwhile, I love the dynamic of Tony and John in the background of them having a friendly conversation when Tony didn't invite Amelia over because she saw the toe, and he was like, "I don't know how to explain that, and then take you to Thanksgiving and meet my family that I'm embarrassed by." So we negate what I said earlier because I forgot the whole toe thing. So then the next few, they're having this thing where he's trying to talk to her about it, and it's awkward. And you're kind of actually seeing what makes their relationship interesting, because it's actually a healthy relationship where they talk things out. But then you see all this fucking gossip in the background by John and Tony his sister, which is funny. And then Tony's pissed because we also, and then we finally introduced to Olive, who we saw earlier when Savoy was looking for someone. And then this whole time they're pissed at Tony because he's like, Chow, you shouldn't have cooked a real fucking bird. You know, I'm a cop and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, shut the fuck up. It's Thanksgiving. Yeah. And then there's a big car wreck and this dude's all bloody. And he's like, what happened? What's going on? What is it? What does it mean? And he's like, what are you talking about? And he goes, holy fucking. And then there's just markings in the sky. And that's how this volume ends.
No, it doesn't, because they're all looking up at the sky, and then he introduces Amelia to his daughter awkwardly.
Oh, yeah. By the way, yes.
What a dick.
We get to meet Tony's daughter, and then that's what we also find out is Savoy knows that Tony has a daughter, and he's targeted her. And she comes into play later, and
so what the fuck is that in the sky?
It all makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. It's hard. I know. It's so dense. Even me trying to break down each issue as fast as I could, it was hard because it's so goddamn dense. But I get it.
What?
But what do you like?
We're doing the whole series.
Let's just.
I want to know what the
let's
fuck
just.
this
Yeah,
leads
because you
to.
just want me to watch The Wire.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll watch The
about
Shield
that.
and I'll watch The Wire. I'll watch all the corrupt cop
I forgot
stuff.
about that. But I want to see where the fuck this all leads to, because I don't believe you that it leads to something.
Well, no, I mean,
I don't believe you.
I mean, other than that, what did you think? Like, I know that what is. I don't know. I'm obviously going to be biased. I love that series, so I'm going to be hard to talk to, I guess, in a way of like, I just don't. I get for someone coming in and not reading it before, I understand how you could feel overwhelmed. Because again, there are a lot of different storylines.
I don't think I've given it as much of a shot. So when we do 4, I'm going. Also, it's been a couple weeks since I read that one. When we get to 4, I promise I'm going to give it more of a shake, because we do a lot of books that I like, and I want to make sure that I'm being.
Well, we should do. By the way,
being a good friend, and a good co-host.
See, I'm being a good guy because I'm sticking it out even though I hate it.
I don't hate it. It's just not my style of book at all. There's just a lot of it that I just. Well, there's some of the humor that's kind of winking at you. It's like I saw that movie. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
I just want you to branch out and read other books.
No, Batman and Spider-Man.
Yeah. That being said, our next book is Superman.
No, we're not talking about that today.
No, yeah. Next week we will be talking about Superman.
I'm actually gonna go see if one of the book places, shops in town have that in paperback. I'll bet you it's in paperback.
Space Age.
Yeah, because I want a copy of it.
See, this is the thing. I got this from the library, so I have the hardcover,
which is cool.
God,
great library. Where?
West Des Moines. I'm telling you right now, though, I for years I never understood why people would spend the more money for hardcover versus paperback. Having I would say almost exclusively paperback.
Me too.
The Green Lantern books, the Earth 1 books are kind of hard. They're hardcovers, but they're not like super thick. But like this, Superman Space Age, which is the book we're doing next week, this hardcover, it just feels so good.
It's hard.
It makes me hard. Superman Space Age next week, everybody.
Next week.
And 3 issues. I can't wait because this is funny. Real quick, we've been saying we were going to talk about it on the show for a while. We never have. So you happen to by chance find a DC book that interested you with Batman Dark Age.
Yeah, because it was Allred, Michael Allred.
And like we said at the beginning of the show, that's what led to this book. And so there we go.
I am also currently learning more. I'm finding more Mark Russell stuff, and I'm really enjoying, because I showed you a copy of Zatanna, Sleight of Hand, I think it's called.
So I'm wondering if...
And that's Mark Russell writing and Javier Rodriguez art, which he's the guy who did Defenders Beyond.
I love that color.
Right, and they had CBR had like a 5-page preview of the series, and I thought, hey, more DC stuff that I would like, because I fucking love Zatanna. It's such a dumb character.
Funny enough, I was actually just going to say
it's basically a hot chick in fishnets with a top hat.
After we do Space Age...
And she knows magic.
After we do Space Age and Dark Age stuff, what we were going to do... It's just funny because I was like, we could do a Marvel book again. We've done a lot of DC stuff. But so all that's going to go down.
DC's putting out better shit right now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey.
I
never
was
know.
into Marvel for a good solid years,
Oh.
and I still am. But what they're putting out now is what?
Go ahead.
Well, what they're putting out now is kind of, it's all, a lot of it is like there's a vampire thing going on in the
Oh, yeah.
regular timeline.
Well, you know what?
And
DC
then
did it first.
And then X-Men is like
The
doing the
Krakoan era is
from the
over.
ashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't really, I don't want to jump into anything right now.
Oh.
You know what? I've been hurt before.
We wanted to talk about this.
My relationship with Marvel for a long
Let's wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
Let's wrap up the show with this conversation we were having before we started recording, where it was like, so when I grabbed that, so from the library, which I don't know who donated these books to the library, but
nice
I feel
job.
like they know me personally because I keep finding these fucking books that I've been looking for a while. It was like, oh hey, like all that Red Lantern shit that we did for Modern Mythology and stuff.
Yeah.
So I found Superman Space Age, I found Dark Knight's Metal, I found Dark Knight's Metal, Dark Knight's Rising, which is like the prequel to it. Okay. And it's just like all these DC books, I'm like, what the fuck? And then East of West, which is a John Hickman book. I got the first volume. They have all like 10. I'm like, who is this fucking person? Because I need to hang out with them. Because I just need to have books that I like.
They have a lot of money that they can donate books.
But so I've been reading Dark Knight's Metal because I want to do a Modern Mythology on that. Mm-hmm. And so I got the Dark Knight's Rising book, and I finished that. I have not started Metal yet.
Metal!
But after reading that, I'm like, man, this is really why I don't fucking read books in like
is the thickness,
currently
the thickness of the
canon.
Crossovers and shit.
Dude,
I gotta buy 17 issues to figure out what the fuck is going on in this one issue.
By the way, those Dark Knight's Metal covers are fucking gnarly though, and hardcover they're amazing.
I think the Batman Who Laughs is a cool fucking character.
Don't get me started on that.
Oh,
so
okay.
no.
Sorry.
He
looks neat.
It's an interesting character.
Sure.
All this is. But and the concept is fucking weird and dumb and crazy and I love it. But it does come to that point of like, man, if I were reading this in like 2017 or 2018 when this was being published, I would have gone insane. And this is why I don't read comics this way. Because so I'm reading this prequel thing. This prequel book. And it's just one-shots. So it's one-shots to set up the main villains of the Metal event, right? So
how many books is that?
There's 7 Batman. So there's 7 one-shots, and then there's another book called The Wild Hunt that essentially leads it all into Dark Knight's Metal. And then that happens, but don't forget, once Dark Knight's Metal's over, there's Dark Multiverse. Because Dark Knight's Metal sets up a dark multiverse. So they're saying, okay, we have the 52 multiverses of the DC universe. Well, if we have those, then in theory, we would have a negative Earth, right? So we'd have negative 52 dark multiverses. And that's the multiverse where all the bad things happen. So I'm not going to go into detail of it on this. I'll do it on Modern Mythology.
Brain fucking hurts.
But that's my point, dude. That's my point. There's those, but those are just the one-shots. That's not including the Batman, the current books that are going on that are leading into that. And then that happens, and I'm like, this is why people can be frustrating, or things can be frustrating, because I'm sure when I read Dark Knight's Metal, I'm going to sit there and be like, man, that extra context didn't really matter at all. And I know that's not true because Snyder was involved with all of it. Like, Snyder was a part of all of the Metal stuff. But it's just like,
there was a
and I understand why events like this happen. I know that comic books have to have events to get new readers, to keep current readers interested, and to have like fulcrum points in their continuity being like, do you remember during Infinite Crisis this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at some point, I'm like, this is why I don't read. This is why I read trades, right? This is why I read books that I know that it's a series that ends, or there's an ending to it at some point. You know what I mean? Because at some point, it's just too much. It's too thick. Why are we doing these 3 books are tied to this? And it's always been like this with comic books. And you and I were talking about this. This is what's so frustrating about it, right?
Right.
Because that's why you said you dropped monthly reading books. Like, you just don't do it as much.
Well, so there's a there was a crossover back in the 90s, like the late 80s, early 90s, called Armageddon 2001. And it's this is the dumbest thing ever, okay? So it introduces this character named Monarch, and you had to buy all of these different annuals plus like a bunch of other like extant copies of stuff of just one shots. But the whole thing was that the original story was that they were the selling point was, hey, at the end of this, a major DC superhero will be revealed as Monarch, right? Because Monarch's this new supervillain from the future, right?
Yeah.
Somehow they fucked it up and gave up the secret that it was Captain Atom before like the first book came out. And they're like, shit, now we're kind of screwed. So they ended up making it, they ended up changing it. The point is that, like you're talking about, it's all these different books you have to buy for really nothing. In the grand scheme of things, here's why I buy books now. Creators and characters that I like. I don't give a fuck about continuity. I don't give a fuck about did I get number one. If we're going to review something, I want to get number one. Like Off-World. We're still trying to find number one. When they reprint it, hopefully we can review that.
Yeah. The Jason Aaron
Those
book,
things you want to have like the whole series, right? Or
like Space Age or Dark Age.
Get the collected edition.
And I will say that DC has always been good at doing like really good mini-series, graphic novels, things like that.
The Marvel ones, like Beyonders
Trades.
and stuff that I read, that I've bought.
Marvel's gotten better
those are
at
great,
it.
yeah.
But for a long time, but I mean like solo stories. Like, DC has always, which kills me that Marvel beat them to a multiverse.
Weren't we wrapping this up?
No, I know, and this is my point. It ties back into my point with Dark Knight's Metal and all that stuff with the multiverse and dark multiverses and all this.
Dark multiverse,
which is my thing. Is like what baffles me about that is how the MCU won the multiverse, because like they got to it first, because that's kind of DC's thing, is the multiverse.
Yeah, the whole reason why they had Crisis was because they had too much.
Every 5 years there's a crisis.
The problem with DC, and this is so dumb, like instead of having somebody oversee continuity all those years, they just said, whatever you want to write, go the fuck ahead. We don't give a shit.
That's Earth 25.
And then later on, they were like, "Well, this is why Superman was purple in this issue, is because it was Earth whatever."
Yeah.
And that's why there's Superboy comics and Superman comics, because Superboy was a different Earth.
Also at this point, because of the New 52 and everything.
So it just got so polluted that Crisis on Infinite Earths was meant to bring everything back down to size. But where are we now? Back to the fucking front,
and then
dude.
The New 52 says there's 50. The reason it's called the New 52 and there's the 52 book was
as long as we have an Earth C, I'm cool.
But they're different than Marvel, because they say, hey, there's 52 multiverses. Where Marvel's are like, there's infinite. But then the funny thing is, like, there's 52 multiverses, but then there's like a negative 52 multiverses, and then you're gonna be like,
you ain't into Nimitid, Antonio.
Exactly.
You know.
Anyway, wrapping it up.
Fuck it,
Let's. All I'm saying is, it was very much formulaic when you read them all together like that. If I were reading it monthly, if I were reading it in the time, it might feel a little different. But when you read all of those stories together,
just terrible.
It just seems formulaic, because it's setting it up like, what? Batman did this? Because it's 7 evil Batman are going to destroy the multiverse.
Okay.
And each issue ends the same. The thing happens. They're the evil Batman. It's over. This is what it is. And then Batman Who Laughs shows up and be like, well, you should join me. And because this multiverse, this whole universe is going to crumble soon. So you need to come with me with Barbatos. That's their god. And we're going to go kill the fucking DC universe, because it's their fault. Because Earth Zero is the beginning of the multiverse and all that. And I'll talk about that when we talk about it on Modern Mythology.
Leave it alone right now.
Which
I don't need to hear that shit.
Which I don't know if you're going to be on that episode or not. But
well, maybe I fucking won't be.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. I've said my piece.
You ain't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. I said, hey, finish your drink.
What?
Get the fuck out of my motherfucking.
Have a drink. You fucking weirdo.
Why don't you go in the corner?
Go to HE double hockey sticks, cause I don't swear.
Fuck yeah, you don't. You're a good fucking
motherfucker. I don't swear. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.